Well, I just stepped up about 150 welds, and I'm just doing this front grille, front section on the Triumph right here. And I showed you these pieces I made up here. These pieces in here, I spot welded to the old chin and did a little bit of MIGging on this side right in here. And then I did the other side, and I brought it into place. And you can see my line of little MIGs all along here, along here, along here. Also did a couple right in here. Even though I'd spot welded that section right there in, I just saw a couple little edges along there, so I put the big C-clamps on there and tightened it in and did a few little MIGs along there just to make sure it was squeezed real tight. But then I've got over here, I have a real problem with using that zinc-based primer. I know it's a good stuff, but it's really hard to do a good quality contact MIG sometimes, or not MIG, but spot, when you're trying to do a compression with that material in there. It does a lot of dead welds. So I was able to, along here, put in quite a few little spot MIGs. I'll buff them out. When I put this in, it actually drew the fender wells inwards. I probably drew it in overall about 2.5, 3 inches to bring in the wheel well liners into the headlight liners here, so it's centered out. But you can see the little MIGs all along here, here. I'll buff them out, buff the little heads off. But that's the passenger side, or the driver's side, and then it goes over to the passenger side, and you can see the same thing. Put a lot of little spot MIGs all along the edge. Like I said, I'll buff them out. Not buff them out, buff the little heads off. And there's that little fill that I put in and spot welded it, and some little surface MIG welds all in along there. And I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13 little MIG spots along the top, and then all down along here. And you could, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 little MIGs along there. Even though that had been spot welded, I wanted to get that flange edge right over and tight as I could. I'd even want another one in there, but so much of the fill and the tar fill that goes in there will take care of that. But you can see right a little bit of a contact problem with the MIG, so a piece of wire. And that's where that piece is at.